Now, y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the myth. So let's get into it, you guys. And what's going on, you guys? It's be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Myth, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Saturday night, and I intend on doing the exact same. What's going on, y'all? Now, before we even get into the church announcements, I want to make this clear so I don't have to repeat myself. I've been having issues with StreamYard for the last week and a half, maybe. Issues. I'll do a video, and then sometimes when it comes out, the sound is choppy and shaky and all this other stuff. And it hasn't just happened to me. It's happened to other people. I'm not even using my actual mic right now. I'm using my internal mic on my laptop to do this video because some people have told me as of right now, StreamYard is better to just use your internal mic versus the mic that you actually purchase on your own and see how that works. So we're going to see how this works. But I'm letting y'all know now, if there's any issues, you know why. So I don't need nobody. I'm telling y'all, I'm sorry, but it's been hella annoying when people constantly have to tell me, oh, your sound, your girl, I said it in 2 different community wall posts. I done said it in comment sections. I've said it time and time again. There's a StreamYard problem. I've actively been looking for other software to use to do my videos. So there's other, like I asked House of Aaron about his software. I've asked other people about different software to use to stream and pre-record videos on the internet. Like straight up, I have. Just so I can give y'all the best, because that's all I want to do is give you guys the best content. That's all I ever want to do. So yeah, I just had to put that out there before anybody comes to me again. Even though people saying it all up and down the comment section, they still feel the need to repeat it. StreamYard is giving me an issue right now. And until the issue is fixed or I find a certain type of, app that I can, use to really give y'all the videos that y'all need, we got to stick with this for now. But hopefully it doesn't give me a problem because my bill collector video came out great and wasn't no issue. So let's go ahead and get into the church announcements for the day. Now, today is Saturday, but tomorrow is Sunday. And it means that we're going live for the Real Housewives of Atlanta right after Candy Speak On It. And she'll be doing Speak On It with Cynthia. So make sure you guys tune into that. Then on Monday, it's the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And it will be right back here on my platform, okay? So we will be talking about Sunday's episode of the Housewives of Atlanta. And then on Wednesday, myself, T, and Josiah, we will be coming together to discuss Tuesday's episode of Love and Hip Hop. So make sure you guys tune into that. So with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the mess. All right. Now, the first things first, we're going to go ahead and talk about Bill Cosby, honey. Bill Cosby is right back in the news once again. Okay. And it just seems like he can't ever get out the news. It's just like it's never going to happen for him. But we're going to go ahead and get into it right now. So let's go ahead. Now it says, Bill Cosby, age 85, is hit with another RAP lawsuit. A singer claims that he DRUGGED'd her and RAPED'd her on multiple occasions between 1987 and 1990. All right. Now, this is what the story says. Now, according to Fox News, the singer filed the lawsuit on Friday in New York, claiming that Bill DRUGGED'd and RAPED'd her on multiple occasions in 1987 and in 1990. She is also suing NBC, Universal Media, and anybody that's involved with them over claims that they condone or encourage Bill's sexual abuse and constant assault of women by doing nothing to stop it. The singer says she would black out after she took a drink from Bill and drunk it on different occasions. She claimed that Bill would actually assault her while she was unconscious on those occasions. In the suit, she mentioned that one time she took a drink from him at his home and woke up in the hotel room naked with soreness in her vagina. The singer also said that he gave her with drinks on several occasions in 1987 to 1990. He would pressure her to drink them. At a certain point, She felt extremely intoxicated. Based on the relationship that Cosby fostered with Miss Pickard and his wholesome image as America's dad, Miss Pickard assumed that the extreme effects of the beverages were attributable to the effects of the alcohol rather than the drugs placed in the beverages from Cosby. The lawsuit stated. The lawsuit alleged that Bill placed an unknown intoxicant in the drinks that he gave her without her knowledge or consent. After that, he is alleged to have undressed and raped'd her without her consent, and when she did not have the capacity to consent. She claimed that when she drank the drug beverages he gave her and blacked out, Bill would RAP or SE actually assault her when she didn't have the capacity to consent. The singer is seeking compensatory and punitive, I know I pronounced both words wrong, damages from Cosby. Now, this is what some of the comments are saying. So let's get into the comments. Okay. Now, someone said multiple occasions, so you kept going back. I'm not waiting that long to say nothing. Maybe that's just me. Okay, so basically, we know you're a singer. Good job. Let this man be. He in jail. We get it. He wrong. Multiple. Ladybug. Someone else said a person who is drug cannot give consent. Please leave that old man alone. Damn. Okay. Let me see. Why you kept going back for drinks and ended up? Don't piss me off. My thing is, if it happened once, what made you go around him again? Girl, on all them years you was a volunteer at that point. I know I'm wrong for saying this, but please leave this man alone, okay? Ma'am, that train has already left the station. You're too late. Bye, okay? So that was that's basically what everybody is saying. Everybody feels like at this point, we're piling up on Bill Cosby at this particular point. Most people feel like, he should be left alone because he old as hell and he already in jail. So people need to leave him alone. This shit here is very delicate to me because whenever a woman speaks out and says that she was abused and stuff like that, I tend to fall on the side of the woman each and every time. I do that because I know that there are women out there that do get, attacked or assaulted like that. And then when they come out and say that it happened to them, you know what I mean? People don't believe them and it actually happened. And then it finally comes out that it happens. And then now people are saying shit like, oh, I always believed you, when in our reality, they really didn't believe them. So it's kind of like, okay, so it makes me feel weird because in one hand, it's kind of like, well, girl, if you knew that this was kind of crazy, like every time you take a sip from him, you wake up with a sore kitty and, you're aware that he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I kind of feel bad even questioning it because I don't like to question women when they come out about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same point in time, I can only go on by saying that I can definitely understand why some people may feel as though this is a bit too much. Like, why you saying something now? Why you waited so long or things like that? So I definitely get why it's being stated, but to each his own, honey. What y'all think about it in the comments? This is a premiere, so I'm really wondering what y'all are saying in them comments. But I'm going to be looking at them. Okay, so next up is Miss Ciara and Chris Brown, okay? Now, Ciara has been under fire about her decision to collaborate with Mr. Chris Brown, and people are saying that she is raggedy AF for supporting trash, okay? That's what the people is saying, honey. So let's look at this article, which comes from the Jasmine brand, and it says that some social media users are not pleased with Ciara's decision to collaborate with Chris Brown. The mother of three announced via Twitter that her and Chris' song "How We Roll" would be released on Friday. She was immediately met with criticism from some users of social media who don't understand why artists, women in particular, continue to collaborate with Chris Brown, given his history of abusing women. As you may recall, Brown pleaded guilty to a felony for physically assaulting famed billionaire Rihanna when they were in a relationship in 2009. In response to his forthcoming collaboration with Ciara, one user says, "Black people are all mad at Chris Brown and Ciara having a song, but it's literally three open racist men that occupy the entire top three, and y'all have done nothing to try to prevent it. Y'all are the biggest effing jokes ever," literally. Someone said, "Y'all don't even buy Ciara music or stream it, so why do you care if she's working with Chris Brown? It's insane," okay? Let's see. They said, I'm at the if they like it, I love it stage of celebrity Black women and their support for Chris. They will never stop supporting this man. And at this point, we are just screaming into the abysses. I think that's wrong, but I said it. I'm convinced now that that the more colorist and violent these men are, the more they like them. The more they like them. Abuse, no problem. Raging crackhead, welcome. Colorist, that ain't no problem. I guess we draw the line at being gay trans as a big trans as big as a joke our community is. No Money previously sparked backlash when she starred as the leading lady in Chris Brown's Warm Embrace video. Chloe Bailey suffered the same fate when she worked with the singer on How Does It Feel, a song from her debut album In Pieces. At the time, Brown defended himself against the critics who slammed Chloe Bailey by saying, if y'all still hate me for a mistake that I made as a 17-year-old, please kiss my entire I'm effing 33. I'm so tired of y'all running with this narrative. Here are some of the other social media reactions to Ciara and Chris Brown's collaboration. Why do these Black women who are raising daughters blindly turn an eye on this man and his pattern of abuse? I need to know. Rihanna aside, why do we ignore what he did to Karrueche and his other exes? How many times must we get disappointed by an artist continue to doing this? This is why I don't have any defense in me when people talk about her and her man. She raggedy ass and continues to support trash. When a flop comes across another flop, discuss how best it is to maximize their joint flop. This 20K quotes, I don't care if she washed up entire. Give her the lashings as well, okay? So that's pretty much all that we got for Ciara working with Chris Brown once again on a new record. My thing is, and I'm really, and I hope I don't make nobody mad when I say this, but let's be real here. Let's be honest here. At the end of it all, Chris Brown and the person that he did that to, Rihanna, they moved past that. They got back together not too long after that. They did 2 records together after that. They're done. I don't know what his relationship is like with Karrueche, but she don't talk about him no more. So to me, it's like this. When it comes down to Chris Brown, anytime somebody work with him, they be ready to throw them to the wolves. And the same people that be working with him, y'all don't care about them. Like Ciara, y'all don't buy her music. Y'all ain't bought Ciara music since Promise came out. You barely bought it when I Bet came out. Y'all, and she's the joke in the industry. Like anytime Ciara says that she's coming out with some new music, y'all don't give up. Y'all don't even purchase the shit. So why the y'all even mad about her working with Chris Brown? You shouldn't be. You know you don't give up. So why y'all sitting up here acting like you do? You know you don't give up about her working with no motherfucking Chris Brown. So stop acting like you do. Y'all don't support Normani either. Y'all don't buy her music. Some of y'all been trying to make Normani happen for a long time now, and she still ain't happened. Why? Because y'all don't support her music. But the moment she worked with Chris Brown, now y'all got backlash for her, and now y'all want to be mad and say, how could she do this? How could she do this? She doing it because y'all don't buy her. So at this point, I'm at the point with it where if they like it, I fucking love it. People are free to work with whoever they want to. It's up to you to not listen to it. Y'all all knew that R. Kelly was pissing on young girls, and y'all was still stepping in the name of love. Y'all didn't have a problem with that. Y'all was still being a flirt. Y'all was still, talking about the world's greatest. Y'all was still doing all that. You were still doing it all. So my thing about it is, what gives? Like what's the tea? Like, I get that what he did was wrong, and everybody has every right to be upset with him about it. But are we going to be mad at every single artist? Are we going to be mad at every single artist that decides that they are going to work with Chris Brown? Like, are we going to be mad because he's an artist, he makes music, he writes music, he does all of that stuff? So are we all going to be mad about that every time they work with him? I'm not going to sit up here and waste my breath and scream to the top of my lungs every time somebody work with Chris Brown. Y'all sit up here and say free Tory every time some nigga worked with him, even though y'all knew that he shot Meg, and y'all was still supporting Tory. So it's like, if they can like it, I love it. I don't give a fuck at this point. That's on them to put him on the record with them. And it's up to you to buy it. If you ain't gonna buy it, shut the hell up. And 9 times out of 10, y'all not gonna buy it anyway. It's a Ciara record. So what we mad for again? Okay. That's how I feel about it. Like shit, Chris Brown is everything that everybody says he is. He disrespects women, he's a colorist, he does all that stuff. All that shit is true. So don't take my opinion as, you know what I'm saying, I'm defending the shit that he's done in the past, because that's not what I'm doing. But what I'm saying is, are we really outraged, or are we just like pump faking for the internet? Is that what we're doing? Are we pump faking for the internet? Because that's what it's coming across as to me. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. But, you know, hopefully somebody supports Ciara enough to buy the record. So, and this ain't gonna be no stain in her career, because y'all don't buy her music no way. Next up is Jonathan Majors. Okay, that is one fine man to me. I know a lot of y'all don't think he's fine, but he's fine to me, honey. Now, as you know, he is in court right now facing an assault charge, as we all know it. So let's go ahead and get into it. Wait a minute. This comes from Neighborhood Talk. And it says that Jonathan Majors' accuser has reportedly fled the country. She's allegedly facing an assault charge. Now, Dennis Byron said, update, Hollywood actor Jonathan Majors arrived to NY criminal court today for trial, only to learn that the prosecutors aren't ready to present their case. Their problem is that his accuser has fled the country, and NYPD is looking to charge her with assault. His girlfriend, Megan Good, was by his side during the brief appearance, okay? If his accuser doesn't appear in court on September the 6th, it's my guess that the case would be put in a dumpster. No face, no case. What do you want to see happen at the trial? Megan, how important is it for you to be here to support him? And that's about it, y'all. Okay, so now we talking about Jonathan Majors, honey. And like I said before, like he was going to court for this case, and now that he showed up, but the woman that said he did what he did to her didn't even show up, and she didn't fled the damn country. So it's like at this point, they didn't push this case back to September the 6th. So that's when he's going to court now. And it's like, okay, girl, like, what are you doing? Like, did you leave the country because you were possibly lying on this man and you was out here making him look bad for no reason, or what? Because why you didn't show up? Like a lot of the times, like I've seen women, like I remember when I was in court one time, I had a simple assault charge, child. I had fought somebody. I had a simple assault charge. I remember I was in court for my simple assault charge, and the person that I fought with, they didn't show up. So being that they didn't show up, I ain't had no charge no more, because they didn't show up. Like it was null and void because they didn't show up. Like we had 2 damn court dates. I came to both. When I came to the first one and his ass didn't show up, they was like, okay, we're rescheduling it. And then they did. And when they rescheduled it, his ass still didn't show up. So it's like, what's the point? It was so irritating. I'm sitting up here thinking my pretty ass gonna go to jail because I fought somebody, or do some community serves or a slap on the wrist or some shit. I mean, I couldn't say I couldn't plead not guilty because I knew I put my hands on the boy, but it was just like, what we gonna do? Like, are we gonna do this or not? And when they didn't show up, when he didn't show the fuck up, it was over with. But from that point on, like they didn't do else at that point. Like it was like, okay, you done. Like we done with it, whatever. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty much what this probably gonna turn out into. This is probably what it's gonna turn into. She done fled the country. So because she fled the country, his ass went to court. They got to push the date back. But if they push that date back, which they are, and she don't show up, it's over. There is no case. And I don't want to hear nothing else about it if that's the case. Feel what I'm saying? If that's the case, I don't need to hear a mumbling motherfucking word about nothing. Okay? I really don't. Period. I don't. I really don't. It is what it is, child. But you know, it is what it is. That's all I got. That's all I got. So we're gonna move on to the next story, and that is Miss Tamar Braxton. Okay. Now, Tamar Braxton, I don't know what show this was, but she said that racism played a part in Braxton family values not being as popular as Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She said, we're doing the same thing. Why are we not getting the same price? Let's listen in on what she had to say. Let's get into it.
I stand with Nene on this. I feel like a lot of people are trying to shun her. I feel like the Braxtons should be bigger. There are a lot of Black women in reality television that opened so many doors and had the same opportunities but didn't get the same push.
But wait up, Miss Jackson girl. Now, I understand all what you're saying. Now, that's a little delusional, but...
Wow, what is?
Yeah. Okay, girl, Miss Nene, honey, had a lot, and I love her dearly. I love Nene dearly. Nene had a lot of opportunities. She was on Glee. She was on all these different damn shows. No. She owned stores. She had everything.
Yeah, because she had to figure out how to make an income because the pay is not fair.
Hello.
The pay is not fair between Kim Kardashians, the Braxtons, or Atlanta Housewives.
Well, the pay
that's not
be,
fair.
The pay not fair, but
we're doing the same thing. Why are we not getting the same price?
Well, okay.
I mean, but there's a gang of factors, like the viewership between one show and another show. The fact that, like, on the Kardashians, you could mention all your businesses. The show was about the businesses.
And we couldn't. On WeTV, we could not. We had to pay for it.
So the smoke should be more so with the networks, which it sounds like it is. And you are a big star. People know who Nene Leakes is. People know who Kim Kardashian is.
What she's saying, no, what she's saying
not the same thing.
Without a doubt, these are all valid points, super valid complaints, and the disparity between race and reality TV and the results, they're 100% fact.
Yeah.
I don't think you can discount the biggest video in the world for a few years. I think that's hard
y'all real funny. Y'all real freaking funny. Not when I created Braxton Family Values and Kim Kardashian got the $100 million check. Let's talk about that. So we're not even going to sit here and talk about sex and television, creating TV shows and who deserve what when. It is unfair, point blank, and the period.
Oh, Hollywood is racist. And they will cut you the booty end of the stick, but you got to play a harder game of football.
That's right. Is that what it is? Oh, so you want me to die and come back white?
Well, no.
You can do it while Black.
That's not the only way that's going to work.
I stand with Nene on this. I feel like a lot of people.
I hope y'all heard that. I'm gonna play this one more time. Hopefully y'all heard it. Let's get back into it because I didn't even click the other side. So let me play this again. Hopefully y'all heard it. Let me play it one more time, y'all.
I stand with Nene on this. I feel like a lot of people are trying to shun her. I feel like the Braxtons should be bigger. There are a lot of Black women in reality television that opened so many doors and had the same opportunities but didn't get the same push.
But wait up, Miss Jackson girl. Now, I understand all what you're saying. Now, that's a little delusional, but...
Wow, what is?
Okay, girl, Miss Nene, honey, had a lot, and I love her dearly. I love Nene dearly. Nene had a lot of opportunities. She was on Glee. She was on all these different damn shows. No. She owned stores. She had everything.
Yeah, because she had to figure out how to make an income because the pay is not fair.
Hello.
The pay is not fair between Kim Kardashians, the Braxtons, or Atlanta Housewives.
Well, the pay
that's not fair.
The pay not fair, but
we're doing the same thing. Why are we not getting the same price?
Well, okay, I mean, but there's a gang of factors, like the viewership between one show and another show. The fact that, like, on the Kardashians, you could mention all your businesses. The show was about the businesses.
And we couldn't. On WeTV, we could not. We had to pay for it.
So the smoke should be more so with the networks, which it sounds like it is. And you are a big star. People know who Nene Leakes is. People know who Kim Kardashian is.
What she's saying, no, what she's saying
not the same thing.
Without a doubt, these are all valid points, super valid complaints, and the disparity between race and reality TV and the results, they're 100% fact.
Yeah.
I don't think you can discount the biggest video in the world for a few years. I think that's hard to
real
discount
funny.
That.
Y'all real freaking funny. Not when I created Braxton Family Values and Kim Kardashian got the $100 million check. Let's talk about that. So we're not even going to sit here and talk about sex and television, creating TV shows and who deserve what when. It is unfair, point blank, and the period.
Oh, Hollywood is racist. And they will cut you the booty end of the stick, but you got to play a harder game of football.
That's right. Is that what it is? Oh, so you want me to die and come back white?
Well, no.
You can do it while Black.
That's not the only way that's going to work.
I stand with Nene on this. I feel like a lot of
Okay, you guys, I'm sorry, but I didn't click the other side, so I assume that y'all didn't hear it. And I apologize if y'all did hear it already, and I made it play again. I'm sorry, but I had to make sure because I don't know. I never know until I'm done. But that was Tamar on Dish Nation. They were having a debate about what Nene was talking about. And while they got valid points, we gotta understand that the Kardashians were bigger. They had a lot of money back behind them. They had a mom that was behind them with more reach. Kim Kardashian had a big ass sex tape that was all over the place. When Braxton Family Values came out, none of them was doing nothing. Toni wasn't releasing no music. Toni was not no big star at the time. Toni was in her bag where she was resting. She was trying to come back and make a comeback. Tamar wasn't doing shit. We didn't know what the rest of them hoes was even doing. So do you really believe that a network is going to give the Braxtons the same amount of money as the Kardashians? And this is coming from a person that don't even support the Kardashians. Let's keep it all the way real. I don't even support them. But at the time that they got their show in, they're on a bigger network. They're on E. Okay, we can't discount that. They're on E. They got a bigger name. They're bigger, period. They had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of products out there. They can afford to do that. The Braxtons could not. They didn't have anything going on. They couldn't just get by with their name alone. Like, they weren't doing anything. And y'all on WeTV. That's not a big network. Most people ain't even got WeTV. Some people ain't even got WeTV. And to top it all off, Braxton Family Values ratings were not that high. Like the Housewives of Atlanta, they was getting 4 and 5 million viewers a week over there. On Braxton Family Values, if you look up the ratings, they was barely getting over 1 million viewers every week. They wasn't seeing like the same ratings as a Love and Hip Hop or a Real Housewives of Atlanta. They wasn't seeing them. So at the same point in time, while they do have points, I agree with everything that Jesse Wu said, Tamar said, all them. But we gotta be real. Kardashians, Braxtons. Kardashian and what they had going on at the time, Braxtons. We gotta keep it real. The Kardashians was every damn where when they got that show. So they could get all that money. They weren't gonna give Toni Braxton and her sisters all that shit. I gotta be real with y'all on it. Because they didn't have nothing going on. They was using that platform to build themselves the fuck back up. But I don't know. I mean, what do I know? I don't know much about TV and shit like that. But that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I can really say. I don't know how y'all feel, but I'm pretty sure y'all gonna let me know in the comment section. That's all I do know. But we're about to go ahead and move on to the next story, and then we have one more story after that, and then we're gonna be up out of here because I gotta do 2 more videos for tomorrow, and then I gotta do a reading. But let's go ahead and get into this lawsuit that NBC and Bravo have going on. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into that, y'all. So here we go. NBC and Bravo are hit with the lawsuit, and they said neighbors is about to get messy over at Bravo. The network and its parent company NBC are facing a major lawsuit by its own reality stars who claim that they've been subjected to depraved mistreatment. Now, according to TMZ, lawyers Brian and Mark sent the letter to NBC claiming that current and former cast and crew members of its reality shows have been tormented. The letter lays out multiple allegations, including producers deliberately serving talent alcohol to manufacture their mental ability, distributing and or condoning the distribution of non-consensual P, and covering up acts of sexual violence. In the letter, the lawyers mentioned distribution of revenge P, though they do not elaborate. The latter demands that NBC retain a slew of information, including non-consensual P and connection with cast members and alleged sexual violence perpetrated by or against cast members. The lawyers claim that NBC has threatened cast with ruin should they decide to speak out about their mistreatment. NBC has yet to respond to the lawsuit, but I'm sure it will unfold in the coming days via TMZ. Okay. Now, all we see coming down the line is that everybody was saying that stuff about Nene leaks, but I want to say this. I definitely want to know who is involved in this lawsuit. That's what I really want to know, because it's funny how Bethany then came out and said all this stuff at this point, and now it's kind of like, okay, girl, now Bethany then came out, and now all this stuff is going on. So this is really a to be continued story. But let me find out Nene wasn't wrong. Let me find out she wasn't completely deluded and out of her mind. But speaking of Nene, let's go into the very last story of the day, and that is Miss Nene Leakes and her son, Bryson. So let's go ahead and get into that, okay? Now it says Nene Leakes' son, Bryson, is ordered to stay in jail until 2024. Okay, after his arrest. Now it says it's not looking good for Nene Leakes' son, Bryson Bryant, okay, who will remain behind bars at least until next year. Now, according to Radar Online, Bryson won't be eligible for release from Gwinnett County Jail until January 2024. A police spokesperson spoke with an outlet and said his little tail will be locked up for at least 152 more days. As previously reported, Bryson was arrested last month, charged with the possession of fentanyl and a misdemeanor for loitering and prowling. When he was arrested, he ended up giving the police his younger brother's name, Brent Leakes, during questioning. He ended up catching another charge for lying about his identity to an officer. When police ran his name, they noticed he was wanted for violating his probation for a separate case. Let's pray this time away, give Bryson the time to get himself together. And I think that is the best way to look at it. I do know that a lot of people, according to Nene, were looking out for her and basically trying to help her out with the situation, which is a good thing. It is a good thing that people were trying to help her out with this situation and trying to see if they can get a hold of certain groups and different, centers that he can go to and all of that stuff. So, but maybe him being in jail for the rest of the year just might be what he needs. You feel what I'm saying? It just might be what he needs in order to really get to where he needs to be mentally and emotionally and all that other stuff. It may be just what he needs. But I do pray for him to get better, and I do pray for Nene. I know y'all love to say that I don't like her and that I can't stand her and that I hate her so much, but I do pray for her. It can only be so tough to have a child that is addicted to drugs and things like that. But y'all, that's really all I got. I'm sorry this video was so late because it was supposed to come out 2 hours after Bell Collective, but I got caught up and got pissed the fuck off, and I had to stop what I was doing and I had to calm down and then come back and do this. But with that being said, y'all, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops, okay? And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys are out here, and until my next video, I will holler at you guys a little bit later. Bye, y'all.